Welcome back to Wake Up America. I'm Christina Thompson. The American Medical Association has issued a new guidance saying that the use of body mass index, or BMI, is now racist. The association now recognizes issues with the long-used method to categorize someone's weight due to its, quote, historical harm and racist exclusion. Now, for more on this, let's welcome in founder and president of Healthy Tennessee, Dr. Manny Sethi, and former tennis pro and the host of the Holding Court podcast, Patrick McEnroe. Now, thank you guys for coming on. Let's talk about BMI because it uses height and weight to calculate whether someone is underweight, overweight, obese. I've had mine checked before a lot of times. Dr. Sethi, it's been used since the 70s, but more and more we're hearing about how this isn't actually an accurate way to measure someone's health and risk for diseases like diabetes. But is its history racist?
Well, good morning, and thanks for having me. We've actually been using BMI since the 19th century and, since 1972 here in journals. But look, it is not racist at all. I mean, BMI is very much correlated with, diabetes, things like heart disease, major problems. And look, no test is perfect, no measurement's perfect, but you need something when you talk to your patients. And this is just a very disturbing thing in a line of statements like this, that BMI is racist. I mean, how are we going to talk to our patients if everything we say is colored in this woke terminology?
True. I will say every body is so different, and there are some people who might come from a different background who may store fat differently. I was reading that people of Asian heritage might fall into a healthy range on a BMI scale, but could still be at risk for diabetes. So I think that is one example, but is it all in all racist? That's the question. Patrick, what do you make of this suggestion? Because it seems that to have caught on to this idea for some people, but do you think that the AMA is just kind of playing catch up, or do you think there's something else at play here?
Well, first of all, again, thanks for being on. It's great to be on with a doctor as well. And a little birdie told me, Christina, that you had a big moment over the weekend. So congratulations to you on
Thank
that.
you.
That is great news. As far as this BMI thing goes, look, I don't know if you guys, people out there, saw this. It was going all over the internet maybe a month, 6 weeks ago. And it was a video of people walking through New York City, people of all backgrounds, all colors, women, men, etc. And the body types of the people at that time in history was remarkably different than it is around the world today, and certainly around this country. Look, I think we need some sort of statistic, as the doctor said, to help people, to have some guidelines for people. Yes, of course, people can come from different backgrounds and have different body types in general. But I mean, let's be honest, the biggest reason for this, whether you're black, white, Asian, whatever color you could possibly be, is the fact that people sit around a lot more than they used to.
Right.
And that's, here I am on Zoom talking to you. And people have jobs that enable them to sit down a lot more than they used to. And the other thing I think we have to be honest with is our food has gotten progressively worse, I would say, over the years. Our government allows companies to put all sorts of not good stuff. I won't say it. I won't say the word I want to say in foods, lots of sugar, sugary foods. And I think that's the biggest reason why you see the average weight of people has gone up considerably, particularly over the last 40 to 50 years.
Patrick, I agree with you. And not only sugar, but also preservatives, chemicals, they're all impacting our body in ways that we really haven't seen, don't have enough research on to know how much of a negative impact it's having. But Dr. Manny Sethi, the AMA now suggests to use the BMI calculator in conjunction with other measurements. You said earlier we need something to go on. Do you think that that's a good idea? Maybe BMI along with something else? What else can we use?
Sure. Look, again, no test is perfect. And I agree very much with what you were saying. Look, in Asian Americans and other folks, but this is a measurement. And what's important is the visceral fat percentage. So there are other things you can use. You can calculate body fat in other ways, using a scale, using an Amaron meter, other things, because, again, the visceral body fat is what is so bad for you, which increases risk of heart disease, of diabetes, of other things. But BMI is just sort of a quick and easy way to calculate that. And I worry that if we start, woking this and scaring physicians and healthcare providers to not use that, that's a problem. And as Patrick said, look, this is a much deeper problem, right, of our lifestyle, of what we're eating, of what we're doing. And I think we just need to address that. And let me just say, as a physician, The AMA has become a very far left organization that does not represent probably even 5% of doctors in America and their views. And so I would just very much push back on this.
Yeah, I think it is scary, you're right, when a group is trying to tell people, oh, it's okay to be overweight or obese, when it's not, because that leads to really terrible health conditions that could impact someone's life, could lose their life because of it. But Patrick, I know when it comes to athletes, sometimes muscle mass can put you over into even the obese category on the BMI. Have you seen anything like that? What does someone need to do if they might have way more muscle mass than the average person who maybe might not be as athletic? Should they get extra tests?
Christina, I wish I knew. I wish I had a little more muscle mass. I've been working on that, and there's no doubt that as we get older, you have to watch yourselves a little bit more. I still try to work out on a regular basis. I can't eat as much as I used to eat when I was training as a professional athlete, 4 to 8 hours a day. So reality sets in. You have to change some of your goals. You have to change some of your habits as well. But I'm excited for you because I know you got engaged this weekend, and I want to wish you all the best. I hope you had a great time celebrating. And here's my advice to everybody out there.
Thank you.
Okay, go outside, play a little bit of. How about this? Play some tennis to keep yourself in shape.
Well, I know you were watching it at the French Open.
Particularly in the summer.
Very cool. Yeah. Cutting back on the cheese from that.
Exactly.
But thank you for the congratulations. I really appreciate it. And thank you, Dr. Manny Sethi and Patrick McEnroe, for coming on this morning. Always great talking with you both.